Yo, what is up, y'all? It's your boy Flyboy Ely, and I'm back with another banger. So today we're doing a reaction video, and we're reacting to DIYs, people creating things. So that's what we're doing today. So let's check it out. Let's get it. Let's go.
Hey friends, so here's a really fun and easy string art tutorial. Got a piece of wood from Michael's. You'll also need some wire nails, a piece of paper, a hammer, and string. You can make whatever design you want. I'm doing a shamrock for St. Patrick's Day, and then start hammering in nails on the outline of your cutout. Make your way around the entirety of the cutout, hammering in nails about a ½ inch apart. Here's what mine look like. Tie your string in a knot and attach it to any nail of your choice. And then that's it. Just make your way around to the nails, creating whatever design you want to make. Working your way back and forth multiple times so it's nice and filled in. And here's the final product.
How I put beads in my hair. Choose a colour bead.
What is she doing?
Grab a section of hair and tie the rest out of the way. Get it really damp/wet. Section it into 3 and start braiding it. Then hold 2 sections in your mouth while sliding the bead on the other piece. Repeat those 2 steps until you get to the bottom. Get a hair elastic and tie the bottom of the braid.
That was pretty cool. Her hair looked super cool. What is that? I think he made a sticker.
Yesterday, I made matching ice tie-dye bucket hats for me, my husband, and our daughter, Izzy. I had to let the ice melt overnight, and I couldn't believe how gorgeous the colors melted in. I carefully took out each hat and rinsed it under cool water. Before I show you the results, make sure you hit that follow button to join our family. Here are the final results. These look amazing. We tried them all on as a family, and Izzy looks so cute. Comment below what I should tie-dye next. Today, I'm making matching ice tie-dye bucket hats for me, my husband, and our daughter, Izzy. First, I rinsed the bucket hats under cool water. Next, I got a huge bowl of ice and a vase to make my ice tie-dye parfait. First, I added in ice, then I added in the tie-dye. I'm going with a mix of blue, pink, and purple. Then I added in the first bucket hat, layered more ice, and added more tie-dye, switching up the colors. I'm so excited to wear these as a family this summer and really hope they come out good. I kept repeating the process until I put the final bucket hat in, covered it with ice, and put all of my colors on top. This looks so pretty and it has to melt overnight, so make sure to come back to see the results.
You can make this Luna Moth pot accessory out of some polymer clay. To make it, I just rolled out some clay and cut it to the shape of a moth. I used this little tool from Dollar Tree to add some texture, and I made sure to add its iconic white fuzzy body. I was able to stick it to a piece of clay hanging over the edge of a pot, and I actually baked it on the pot. Once it was cooled, I painted on some final details, and I love how it turned out. Be sure to like and follow for more DIYs.
Voldemort, 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 Voldemort.
Found these spoons at a gift store.
He made a Halloween toy, I think.
Took some scissors and tried to cut it, ended up bending it, and it broke right where I had the little score marks from the scissors. Next, around it, I just used these pliers, but they have teeth on them, so I just took some cloth and balled it up, rolled it up, and then wrapped it up with electrical tape so that it won't leave little marks. But anyway, so I bent it around, but I still have the burrs and the rough edge. To fix that, I just took a fingernail file, filed it nice, and then I took this little bolt, so I pounded up onto it first, threw that rag down, checked it as I hammered it until it was nice and round. I don't know, I feel like I need to roll my R's every time I do. But then I took like a green scrubby used to wash dishes, and it left some scratches, but hopefully we can get that out with some toothpaste. So with that, I just smooshed it on there and rubbed it around and buffed it with my little scrubbies on the end of my fingers. And you can still see a little bit of scratches from the green scrubby thing. We're doing it, I think I just toothpaste.
So I got this base and some wire. Let's make a sculpture. I'm gonna make a moon from Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's start with his skeleton, because what else would we start with? Then I'll brush the surface with some liquid clay, so my Super Sculpey Ultralight sticks. And I'm going to sit here for a good 17 minutes and condition this clay by squishing it in my fingertips until it's soft enough to use. My fingers hurt. After icing my purple tunnel, I'm going to start shaping out the underlying structure like this, and then I'm going to bake it so that it gets hard, and then I'm going to put my final layer of clay on top of it. This is Super Sculpey Original, and then let's make him a little shoe. Like that, stick that on, and then, of course, he's got tons of ruffles, so let's just knock these things out. I made these out of Cos Clay because Cos Clay stays flexible after you bake it, and I don't have to worry about them breaking. And the last thing I want is these things to break after I spent all that time on them. Now let's throw some buttons on. These are fun because they're easy. Now let's start that face. Let's punch out those eye sockets. Alright, not sure if this is good yet, but whatever, let's keep going. Let's make those cheeks, the ones on his face. Finish off his eyes, and then let's pan off the screen, and let's do that again. And let's not forget those neck ruffles. I was done with ruffles. Now let's see what he looks like with his head on. Cross our fingers, it looks good. Okay, now let's move on to that hat.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Boom, hat. After baking him, I'm going to start making his arms, and I baked him so that I don't smash the body while I work on his arms, because that would suck. Now let's throw in some little annoying, robot details, and poke in his last finger, because those didn't take forever, and then can't forget these little ribbon things. Okay, cool. Now we're going to bake him, and once he's baked, it's time for paint. I'm using acrylic paints because those work the best on polymer clay. Let's get all that gray on first. Nice medium tone gray. Now his pants are covered in yellow stars, so I'm going to paint that yellow first and then paint the negative space with navy blue. Don't forget you can use a blow dryer in between coats. Get that yellow on and start those stars. These took forever, but they came out good, so I'm glad it took my time. Let's start filling in that negative space.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
So much negative space. Now let's finish off the details, the ruffles, and all the little things everywhere. And his face. Now let's finish off his hat before I lose my mind and paint those ruffles. Oh, sorry. And as a final touch, I'm adding some metallic white to the surface to make it look like metal. Well, it doesn't actually look like metal, but it gets the point across. And he's done. I hope you enjoyed this process of making a moon from Five Nights at Freddy's. Check out my YouTube channel for more. Bet you won't. Bye.
I decided to make the word biggest pillow ever. Are you ready for that? Let's do it. Pick a very large blanket. This one is so soft and I love the variety of happy colors on it. Place it on a flat surface and fold it in half. Grab a glue gun and glue together the longest time. You can even sew the edge with some thread and a needle or use fabric glue. Stick the top layer down while the glue is still hot and wait for a minute or two to cool down and seal the two fabric layers together. Take some older pillows and carefully cut them open. Grab the fluffy stuffing and put it inside your DIY giant pillow. When you're happy with your ginormous pillow, glue the side with some hot glue. Ta-da! This is so comfy. You can totally stop here. I mean, it already looks so pretty, but I decided to use this lovely pom-pom garland to decorate the pillow edges. You can use your pillow at home or have it on the balcony or in the garden. It is also perfect if you have sleepovers with your friends or movie night. Without a doubt, this giant pillow will bring so much joy, so grab an old blanket and have a ton of fun crafting.
I'm getting around to finally decorating our shelves, and I want to show you how I made this little oil painting. On cardstock, I'm printing some of my favorite Etsy downloads. We're going to trim everything down to our frame size. After doing so, I'm using Mod Podge to glue the back of the cardstock onto the foam board. To get it to look like an oil painting, we're going to be brushing on the Mod Podge in circular motions. You're going to want about 2 coats and let dry in between. Once completely dry, you can trim it back to size. Finally, we can put it back into the frame, and here's how the texture looks like. Now you have some inexpensive oil painting dupes. Here's another way to make a full oil painting using freezer paper. This one's going to blow your mind. Cut out a template using letter-size paper. Next, we're going to need fabric, and I'm recycling an old bed sheet. It's perfect because it's nice and thin. After you trim your fabric, we're going to lay down the freezer paper close side up and apply the fabric with a hot iron. If you haven't guessed it, we're mimicking an image transfer using our home printer. And yes, we're printing on fabric. Next, we're going to peel it off the freezer paper, trim, and use Mod Podge to glue it. Next, apply it to the foam board, and using Mod Podge, we're going to give it an
Oh, that's actually really nice.
After drying, we're going to trim out the foam board and place it back into the frames. If you look a little closer, it looks like real canvas and brushstrokes. Let me know which technique you like better.
You're more than enough. Ain't no way that I make it without you. I'm desperate, I need you, I live on the love. I'm hopeless and broken, no clue where I'm going. If you ever gave up on us, what you want, cause you gave us your son. All I gave you was reasons to run. But you love me regardless of all of the sin I committed. You seen what I've done. How do you do it?
Wow, that was amazing. I would be more glad to do some DIY reactions. They're really nice to watch. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for watching my reaction video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. Gang.
On that fucking nigga shit. Take a nigga bitch and then I pass her to